We are live from Crusaders headquarters. I am King Nico, and if you are watching and listening to this stream, you are the resistance. We are cleaning up house here in the movement, flat earth, biblical earth, true earth. There is a mess going on, and we are taking out the trash. Jaren is currently live right now with his new Globa show, and I just caught it just in time because he's currently smearing my name. So let's bring it up quickly and see what is going on.
More vindication and more stuff to ask more.
Babe, did he not? So the fact that we caught them in so many lies and they've been so defensive and they
we're defensive because you're accusing us. Okay, that's weird. So, guys, when you get accused of not going somewhere you went, don't get defensive.
character has just been, you know what I mean?
Nobody knows.
It's leaning more towards of they've been involved in some deceptive activity.
No.
Yeah, and I did a post on this where I was tracking everything up until the debate. Now,
dude, you look terrible. You look horrendous, Nemos. I mean, did you hear him say that I took time away from my dying dog to look into this?
After that, it has gotten to the point where there are so many things coming out from so many people. Can no longer track all of the deceptions, all the busts.
So many deceptions. See how you guys just have to, for a second, please pretend you're me and pretend you went on the trip and everything was exactly as you said. Just pretend. Now open your eyes and look at what's going on and tell me how you would feel. If you would stay around and champion these people and be friends with these people and promote these people, you are lost. I want nothing to do with any of them. Now, flat earthers that have followed me, people that are my VIPs, people that know who they are, of course this isn't talking about you. Of course you know who I am. And I would think if you were asked, is Jaren one of the most honest flat earthers that there are? You would say yes. If you would say no, then you should leave. Because you don't know who I am. You have not paid attention to a damn thing. Nothing at all.
Especially with the new HD footage. But I'm basically seeing more vindication and more stuff.
So think of, these are people that I thought were good researchers. Justin Nemos had me on his show and told me, Jaren, I was an atheist. And then I found Jesus and I found the Bible and everything. And you need to look at all and he sent me this website. And I remember looking around. I was like, man, this guy's really well researched. Look how deep he gets into things. Now I look at it, I'm like, what a waste of time. I will never look at his website again. I'll spit on it.
Ask more questions, not less. It doesn't seem like it's helping them any. But I did a post on this at my website, the Serapeum. It's a hidden history archive. It's titled Every Flat Earth Model Predicts a 24-Hour Sun.
Now this guy's saying it. Do you see what happens? This is what I'm trying to show you. So because one person said it, now Dustin Nemos picked it up. And he's going to say that every flat Earth model predicted a 24-hour sun in the south. And guess what? Everybody will now make that a point and they'll all say it. This is what happens. It's not true. It's just because it matches your model, it matches your worldview, you'll adopt it as true, and anything that doesn't, you'll dismiss as fake. If you can't see that that's a problem and a recipe for misery
in Antarctica, but did they fake it? Like I said, I don't care one way or another.
So he doesn't care one way or another.
So I was prepared either way. Lady Blount predicted this as early as 19th century.
She didn't predict it. She said that they saw it, that they had evidence of it, and then they said, we don't know how to explain it.
Big deal. But
it's not a big deal. She said they don't know how to explain it. If you're a flat earth.
So this is live right now. I just caught it to see what Jaren had to say. He's live right now with his Friday Unplugged, and I just checked it and I see myself on his screen. So we'll get back to that. So let's get going. Quickly, if anyone sees Miss Lacey Lavender, it's her 64th birthday today. So we're all wishing her a very happy birthday to Lacey Lavender when we see her. So thank you. Hello, everyone. So yeah, we've got... It's crazy. I cannot believe I just stumbled in upon that. So I wanted to bring up Don't Sphere the Truth's channel right here. Did an epic video. So I know Dave, everyone, all these shills, I'm starting to lose my patience with everyone now. We've had a good couple of weeks exposing these shills. And I think people are... So as Dustin Nemos and myself said, there's only 1/3 of the community that saw the initial footage and said it's fake, they're done. There's another third of people that are waiting for their responses. They have tried to debunk all our claims and evidence we've had against them, right? And like I told Dustin, we pretty much created a checklist for them to go over in post-production. So I'm going to stand firm that they have not been able to debunk anything, especially DroneGate. I know Dustin has a list and on it says debunked because Dave somehow came up with a video, but I'm not buying it. It's too late. The initial video that we saw was pretty much a slam dunk. So let's see what Don't Spare the Truth has to share with us.
In this claimed 24-hour time lapse from Dave McKeegan, we will look into some repeating phenomenon with the sun and sky, and also look into what the so-called debunkers have to say about it. First, let's look at the full video in question.
So he's going through the 24-hour time lapse. So people have said that from the start of the lapse, there is a cloud above the sun. And then when it does the full 24 hours, that exact same sun is cloud is still there above the sun, which pretty much screams editing at play. So the debunk for this was that it was lens flare.
Credit to YouTuber Anthony Bear to being one of this first to discover or mention this. Let's have a look at his breakdowns of this time lapse.
Okay, here we are, Antarctica, 24-hour sun. Okay, look where the sun is right here in the beginning. So it starts like right there, next spot after that little V. Okay, now we're gonna go around. There's that little V, and then it's about right here, 44 seconds. And it keeps going up to 48. So there's about a 4-second overlap. Okay, so let's do a nice slow side by side so we can compare them. Okay, let's ease up in here. Okay, now, see this little flare down here on the ground? Right there, look. That's the same. All right, the little flare coming out of the sun, that's the same. Okay, let's creep up a little more here. The flare disappears at the exact same time. All right. Cruising along. The sun shrinks. That's funny. Now here's your little cloud coming up on the top. It's a lens flare. Looks like a cloud to me.
So this right here is the cloud that is in question, which shows up at the beginning of the 24-hour time lapse, and it's also there at the end, and they were trying to say that it is a lens flare. This video, this breakdown proves and confirms that it is not a lens flare. It is actually a cloud. So he goes through the tests. You can go see the video for yourself. And then we catch them in a reversal. So check this out.
Let me give you some insight. Allegedly, there was a crew that went down to Antarctica to film a 24-hour sun. Now, there's some people in the round Earth community that think if you see a 24-hour sun, that proves we live on a ball. Well, looking at celestial bodies doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna understand what the floor is. But I understand where they're coming from, and I understand they think it's a big deal. So now, if you were gonna fake it, right, you would have to show a 24-hour sun, and then where the film overlaps at the end, you would have an issue there, correct? I mean, you would have to edit it. You would have to make it look like the part where the old met the new, the last 4 seconds would have to be seamless, right? Where the old meets the new would have to be seamless. And you can see some anomalies here that make it a problem. So you tell me what you guys think.
Lots of anomalies. There's another big anomaly here. So watch this one.
Here, this is at the end. I mean, this is where it overlaps, okay? See the little tail sticking out in the right bottom corner? Now watch the camera. It goes the other way.
The camera is moving
And there's
the
our little
opposite
cloud
way.
on the top. That's identical from the day before. The little flashlight's identical from the day before. And then the camera goes the other way this time. So the first day the camera follows it, and then the second day the camera decides to go the other way, right at the overlap. So what's going on here? Did they play the film backwards or something so they would have the same overlap, or?
Exactly. So that is an epic breakdown. We've caught them playing reversal editing tricks because you can see the clouds are still in the same place. You can see the camera moving the opposite way, like it's been reversed to capture this. And notice the sky does not change at all. It remains the exact same clear blue sky throughout the whole 24 hours, which is also very suspect. Amazing breakdown there from Don't Sphere the Truth. And I believe the next video, okay, let's go through another video here. This one's from Level Earth Observer. People are coming out in the droves now. So let's hear what Level Earth has to say.
Officially rejecting the final experiment. There's just been too many problems to take it seriously. Hasn't been done in a scientific manner. We didn't get the live 24-hour feed like promised. And then we've had essentially problem after problem. Vapegate, Footprintgate, Mountain Shadow Gate, Same Sun and Flares 24 hours later gate, the Ghost Camp. And now we've got Ratgate. You're probably thinking, Ratgate? Yeah, Ratgate. Ratgate's a strange one, where essentially I was made aware of a propaganda video that was made about me by a flat earther, where I was in an FE donkey video where essentially the person in question, Brian Leakey, tried to do a video defending Vapegate, but his whole video was based on a lie. Thankfully, Taboo Conspiracy had corrected the lie in the comments section before I even had a chance to watch it. I couldn't watch it anyway. Donkey noises and obviously blatant lies that Taboo had pointed out. But what made it quite disappointing was seeing David Weiss in the comments section encouraging Brian Leakey to make this video, patting him on the back, even though the video was based on a lie. Remember, David Weiss has been doing damage control for this final experiment. He called Will Duffy a demon, yet he's backed this final experiment project 100% all the way, despite all the issues that have been highlighted by the community that he would usually thank for pointing out these problems. He's actually gone against. He's since taken down every one of his propaganda videos where he attempted to defend the final experiment. I think he realised how much damage he'd done to his reputation by actually taking that stance. Some people are still going to have a knee-jerk reaction to what I'm saying here about this final experiment, or possibly with what David's done, or possibly because I've highlighted it. Sorry. If someone, a so-called truther, flat earth celebrity, is encouraging naive flat earthers to make content about me based on lies, defending sketchy situations like Vapegate, you're not making yourself look very credible. Then when I asked you to account for your actions, and bearing in mind the content provider who did it, the naive, gullible Brian Leakey, apologised when Taboo had highlighted his error, shall we say. I asked you for an apology, and you ran away. You've since been scurrying around in the background on damage control. You've now realised it's better to take your videos down because you've made yourself look rather bad to the whole community. Not me. You made yourself look bad, Dave. And the fact you encouraged Brian to make that video was kind of the icing on the cake. Who would have thought celebrity flat earthers would be encouraging naive, gullible flat earthers to make content that's based on lies? to defend a pantomime that's called The Final Experiment, bearing in mind David Weiss had called the organizer, funder of The Final Experiment, a demon. None of it makes sense unless you strip it bare, remove any emotions. Dave, you're on task. You're a dishonest individual. You're part of a crew of people who are misrepresenting the demonstrable truth. You, David Weiss, caused these problems with regards to The Final Experiment by creating the false dichotomy in the first place by promoting concepts at the expense of what's physically true. You then gaslit loads of people by saying the flat Earth is impossible if there's a circling sun in Antarctica. You've then promoted the idea that there is, essentially saying physical reality is wrong. You're illogical, Dave. You're at it, mate. You're a little rat. People, you're going to be upset at me for saying that, some people, because they might have a soft spot for Dave. I don't have a soft spot for dishonest individuals scurrying around in the background, causing problems. And people are going to say, oh, why don't you take the word of Jaron and Whitsitt, etc.? I don't know those people. They're just people on a TV screen. That would be just as bad for me as taking advice 4 years ago, 5 years ago, about certain medical procedures. I didn't listen to the TV screen then, and I didn't trust anyone on the screen then. Why is it any different now? Particularly all the sketchiness and all the dishonesty that seems to have gone on, and the scurrying around in the background by so-called truthers who are clearly at it. Shame on you, Dave. You're a little rat.
Exactly. You are a little rat. And thank you for that, Leo. You were the inspiration or level Earth Observer. You're the inspiration for this thumbnail. So let's quickly see what Dave had to say in response to this. Leo, you are wrong about everything you assume about me. I made the gate videos unlisted because all the people that fell for that crap have seen it. I have reached out to you many times over the years to speak with you, and you have never once replied. I have not backed TFE for a single second. Wow. So he says, I have not backed TFE for a single second. I turned it down and suggested nobody participate. For the record, I do not believe they filmed the sun in Antarctica. I also do not recall encouraging anyone to make a VapeGate video. Are you sure it wasn't one of the many fake DITRH accounts? Maybe you misunderstood the comment, as you have with many things I have said. Sure, would be nice if you were man enough to actually talk to me. We are on the same team, a-hole. And there's True Christian's response is, I have not backed TFE for a single second. Dave, you are being ludicrous. We've all seen you running constant damage control for TFE and your co-shills who directly participated in it. Yeah, Dave is a rat. And we have also seen you and heard you shilling in favor of the mockumentary maker, Mariande, and his upcoming anti-FE Hollywood hit piece film. A real flat earth person would renounce all of those things 100%, but not you, of course. So your crap isn't fooling anyone anymore, Mr. Weiss, other than the most devoted members of your fake flat earth grifting cult. And thankfully, even many of them are finally starting to wake up. Yes, exactly. No Fanfare. So brother No Fanfare, let's play his video regarding, he's got a video that says, thanks, Dave.
It's not looking good, Dave. Sorry. It's just not looking good.
Those guys were clearly, if they were in a studio, it was miles across. I think they were in a tens of miles across situation. So here is the Vegas Sphere. Right? It looks amazing. Okay. Well, that's being projected onto a screen. So here is the Vegas Sphere. Right? It looks amazing. Okay. Well, That's being projected onto a screen. So here is the Vegas Sphere, right? Ah, it looks amazing. Okay. Ah, it looks amazing. Okay.
Thank you for that. Said it's not looking good for Dave, says no fanfare. So quickly, Level Earth Observer is the channel. If you're not already following it, where is it? Here we go. Can you guys all see it? Thank you, Leo. Yes, it is identical, Joyce B. We've caught the rat in the act, and he is going to, well, they're done. We're going to get them out. I want them gone now. No more wasting time. They have not been able to answer for the evidence we've had up against them now of coming up 3 weeks, and they've released video after video. It's all crap. We are rejecting, officially rejecting anything and everything to do with the final experiment, and we rejected it right away. Some people rejected it before it even happened. Some people are still waiting for the response, for them to debunk what we've had claimed against them now, and they haven't been able to, right? So they're done. We want them out. We are taking out the trash, right? This whole movement is under the microscope right now. Everyone is on trial. Every flat earther, every true earther, every biblical earther, we are all on trial right now, and it's got to end fast because the next phase is already underway. Okay, so we got another person here. You're on trial too, Tyler Hansen. I've been waiting for Tyler to message me for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I find it very suspicious that Tyler, the all-seeing, all-knowing Tyler Hansen, who can spot moles on the back of someone's neck and compare it with another person and clone it, and all of a sudden Keanu Reeves is Jim Carrey, but he could not see that Dave Weiss was a sodomite shill from the beginning and spent a whole year bending over for him. But I'm going to show you a video right now, but you're not fooling anyone, Tyler Hansen.
Did you see my post where I call out all of the deceivers?
You only called them out as TFE got caught.
A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, I'm glad you did this. It's about time you did this. I knew this about all of them. But there are a lot of people that aren't sure about Dave. And well, out of respect to the fact that I was friends with Dave, and you can only be such good friends with someone that isn't being fully honest with you, I didn't go fully into detail on my thoughts, but I think it's time I do that, especially in light of his reaction. And I'm not sure about you, but if anyone ever accused me of something, and I didn't think they did it with an agenda, I just thought they did it because they were a kind, caring person that thought I was up to no good, my reaction would be to say, hey, how can I prove to you? I'll prove to you any way you want that I'm not being deceitful, I'm not being a liar. I wouldn't get mad and defensive and start swearing and tell the person that they need help. And well, you can see that's what Dave sent to me. Dave, who has been on some pretty mainstream podcasts. I don't know about you, but I don't see any real truthers who speak real truth being asked to go on celebrities' podcasts. Not only was he on Roseanne, but he was on Jim Brewer's podcast too.
Quickly. Roseanne. So let's bring up the Roseanne. This live is still going on from Jaren. Don't spare the truth level. Where is it? Okay, I got a video here just so you can see the kind of people that David Weiss, the sodomite, the synagogue of Satan sodomite, and the kind of people he's rubbing shoulders with. So we're going to show you. We just saw him with Roseanne Barr there. So let's see a quick clip here of Roseanne.
He's going to be mad at you.
Well, also my book is that, and I wanted to thank you because you let me come on your show and sing. And that was, a lot of my book is about my wanting to sing ever since I was a little girl, and my family lied to me and told me that I was better than Shirley Temple, and I believed them.
See, you're not helping a kid when you do that.
No, and I totally believed them and everything. And then when I was 6, all of a sudden, I was a they started to tell my younger cousin that she was
she was the real singer.
Yeah, and it really upset me, so I summoned Satan, and I write about how made it.
Where do you summon Satan?
In the chapter called Eat, Pray, Love, Conjure Satan. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and I was to...
CBS doesn't condone this.
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to get famous no matter what, and, you know, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything, and then I got really famous. And then one day I, had this tragic singing accident at
yes, I remember that, yeah.
And I realized then that Satan was coming for my soul. So, yeah, he wanted me to pay up. So, about that...
So yeah, these people will openly tell you that they worship Satan, that they sold their soul to Satan, a very known, well-known sodomite from the Synagogue of Satan, Roseanne Barr.
Jim Brewer, who just happens to go around like a goat. And also give that nice symbol that they all love to give. Kind of like this symbol that they all like to give. Kind of like that symbol that they all like to give on the show InfoWars. That's all from the same episode. Kind of like this signal they all love to give. And let's watch him do.
Thank you. So Miss Kyra Gerber for $5 Canadian, God bless you, Dr. Kyra, says Earth is measured flat. Debate done for someone in the chat. Yeah, that's it. There's no need to debate. We already know it's flat. I stopped debating these globe people back in 2019. They don't get it. It's a waste of time. So thank you for that, Miss Kyra Gerber.
Do it with repetition. And there it is. A 666. Now you can be darn sure that this little crew of Masons is going to do everything they can to try to slander me and make me look bad and say I'm losing my mind. But here's the cool thing. I got nothing to hide. You can find me. I'm findable. I was a teacher for 20 years in Grays Lake, Illinois. And you know what? A lot of these guys just popped up out of the blue, like Sean Hibbler, who said he grew up in Chicago, and I've never heard him mention
Anton, brother, good to see you. So yeah, we're just looking at some of, Tyler only just now because of how we exposed TFE as calling out Dave Weiss and other flat earthers. Let's see, what's this one?
You guys recognize all these symbols like the devil horns and 666 and 666 and 666 and 66 from the D's and Adidas because they look like sixes and 66,000 followers, and that person's following 333 people exactly. Would you trust a group of people that were all doing this? What if these were all from the same group of people? A group of people that you have come to trust and believe are just providing you truth. That's Austin Whitsitt from The Final Experiment in Whitsitt Gets It. This guy was in the Old World Order. And hey, that's Admiral Byrd, who's a known Freemason, and Santos Bonacci, and I thought my friend David Weiss, and this guy was in the Old World Order, Dr.
Oh, wait.
Narco Longo, whatever.
Yeah, so he's exposing Hibbler and Old World Order, which I have mentioned many times, that Stu Peters and Hibbler have been going through my content and pretty much stole all my Tartaria work I did on the world the fallen angels created, Old World Order, and made their little crappy documentary, right? So yeah, we're gonna keep our eyes on Tyler, not jump so fast. But I've called out Tyler 2 weeks ago and says, we gotta talk. The things are happening in the movement, and he's done nothing. He's stayed hidden on TikTok of all places and refuses to come and talk to anyone. He won't speak to any other flat earthers or biblical earthers, but spent a whole year bending over for David Weiss. Very suspicious. So he needs to stop pulling an Eric Dubay. So True Christian posted that video, and the more I'm looking at what's going on the internet, the more I'm seeing that True Christian is correct. There's something going on. Maybe they messed up mentioning my name because now they refuse to mention it now. And they're giving all credit to VapeGate and Studio, Amazon, Disneygate, VolumeGate, all to Eric Dubay. So very weird, right? Very suspicious. I'm going to be hounding these people like never before. Eric Dubay is not going to rest. I don't care where the hell you're meditating. I will astral project and I will disturb you, boy. You better answer me and answer fast because we are taking out the trash. Not messing around. Roseanne. So, Flat Earth Warriors, I wanted to share your video you just posted, but you need to add me on Instagram. So Eddie Flat Earth Banjo has also posted a video today exposing more shills. We are getting the trash out. So his latest video here, SunCalc shills exposed, heliocentric shills. So there's a few of them in the image there. Go check it out. Let's expose every single one of them. So I needed to bring this image up quick. Actually, wait, I had something. Why did it go? So let me bring up who else these people are working with. So the Alex Jones. If anyone out here is watching InfoWars or is a fan of Alex Jones, just get off this page now. I cannot stand this fool. He is one of the biggest shills.
I have never been part of a Masonic. I have major Masonic roots. I have never been part of a Masonic lodge. I have never taken Masonic oaths or rituals. A lot of my family, Texas was pretty much Masonic through and through, was Masonic, high-level Masonic. So it's the old-time religion. I have major Masonic roots. I have never been part of a Masonic lodge. I have never taken Masonic oaths or rituals. A lot of my family, Texas was pretty much Masonic through and through, was Masonic, high-level Masonic. So it's the old-time religion. I have major Masonic roots. I have never been part of a Masonic lodge. I've never taken Masonic oaths or rituals.
So he's telling you right there that they are Masonic. They have very high, deep-rooted connections. So let's see what else is going on in the world right now. It's already begun.
In Jude is, the prophets and apostles warned about mockers and scoffers. Apparently, the mockers and scoffers are a sure indicator we are living in the last days.
Welcome to the 82nd Golden Globes. You were incredible in Dune. Woke up for all of your scenes. What a year you've had. Glenn. Couch shots, no go. Oh, that was before that. Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions.
It's a complete mockery from Hollywood, hours before the destruction by fire of California. And notice at the beginning, she said, welcome to the 82nd Golden Globe Awards. Golden Globe Awards number 82. Look what was on the COVID pill. Number 82 was on the pill. Look what 82 equals in gematria. It equals 666. So how fitting for the 82nd globe, the Golden Globes number 82, to blaspheme God the way they did and then have Hollywood and California go up in flames right afterwards. I want to play this song quickly. I thought it was epic. It's by Mr. Cheswick. It's called Trust Me, Bro. And I don't know. It was hilarious. It was amazing. So well done. I got to share it quickly. So yeah, David Weiss is a rat. We want them all out. We don't have much more time. Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. I'm in the nose. Please don't call me fake. 'Cause you don't know the things I know or how much cash I make. I promise you, my heart is true. Trust in the word that's speak. Give me a way, back to say, there's more this shit I'm speaking. Trust me, bro. Enjoy the show. Please don't say I'm a snake. He's got the joke. Go with the flow. Chill out and take a break. I promise you, my heart is true. Trust in the word that's speak. Give me a way. Back to say, it's for this shit I'm speaking.
Trust me, bro.
You know me from your screen. Trust me, bro. You can all join my fencing. Trust me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Trust me, bro. It's the only way to go. Trust me, bro. You know me from your screen. Trust me, bro.
I'll welcome it. Cheddar Belkram, yeah, at this point, everyone's a suspect, including me. So go ahead, delve into the life of King Nico, and let's see what y'all can find. I assure you, you won't find anything. That's why I'm very happy to be going after every single person in this community. Everyone's on trial. Epic. So this is Mr. Cheswick. So talented, man. That was hilarious. I don't know how he was able to get them to dance the way that they did in that video. They actually looked like they were DJing, and yeah, that was incredible stuff. So thank you, Mr. Cheswick. Unbelievable stuff. So quickly, X, Dave, Flat Earth Dave, you're done. It's time to get rid of these people. I think if I have to go back to Tyler Hansen here, because I think he does expose Dave's app and how it's a tracking for all flat earthers. Like this guy, I can't believe he fell for Dave or whatever it is, but we need answers fast, Tyler.
Yeah, and the man himself, Sean Hibbler. And of course, my least favorite human in the world. These are supposedly all just people bringing you information because they care. Well, I'm not so sure about that. But Tyler, they bring us so much truth. They're the ones that help me find Flat Earth. How could they possibly be giving us wrong information? Well, it is my hypothesis, and that's all it is. You got to do your own research and believe yourself and trust yourself. But I'm here to give you information, and it is my hypothesis that they're here to give you a whole lot of truth in one thing, but just to make sure you don't find the truth of the most important thing. And hey, that's a weird way to hold your hand there, Mr. Hibbler. You see, there's two things that every single one of these guys has in common, other than their affinity for that sign. And well, it's that they push outer lands and outer space. Because if you come to the realization you lived in an enclosed system, well then you're not going to be fooled by the fake alien invasion. And if there's outer space, well then you can think those are aliens coming from the outer lands.
Unless if it's, a government hoax to instill fear and control and take away our rights, if it's Project Bluebeam, just know that these crafts are not coming from outer space in the magical vacuum of floating balls. They're coming from outer space, not upper space. They're coming from outer space. The extraterrestrials are coming from outer space. So just know they're not coming from up there. There's a firmament. They're showing you on the daily, rockets bouncing off of it like water. They're showing you on the daily. They're not coming from up there. They're coming from...
But the bigger thing they all have in common is none of them want to reference God, the God of the Bible specifically, and even Jesus. They all have an affinity for saying the Creator.
And I realize that the Creator could be so close.
I have no choice but to be 100%. There's a Creator. The thing is, we live in, a created world, which means there is a Creator. Whatever.
They all do it. You can go verify for yourself. They all say the Creator, and they refuse to say God. This guy who Dave posted yesterday that just cleverly shows his 33 has a hard time even remembering to say the Creator.
To me, it's humbling that the Creator, and that to me, it's humbling that the Creator would give me the revelation.
Say it. Why don't we see what the Creator comes out to in the old gematria calculator? This should be interesting. I can't wait. The suspense is killing me. Imagine that. Imagine that. Oh, and your boy Kenny from My Lunch Break that wears the 6s as well with the 6 sign. Oh yeah, check out this video that he stole from me. My dragon video that he stole and gave you no credit, and let's see.
Okay, so Tyler's complaining about people stealing his video and his footage, but yet he's out there stealing everyone else's work for his TikTok, right? He's stolen a lot of my stuff, right? And then put it and start doing his little pointy thing. So no one's sympathetic. And Miss Kyra Gerbuff with another $5 Canadian says, is it because Tyler hasn't reached out to you and stolen your stuff that you think he's sus? His stuff is out there, but nothing unbiblical. No, it's like Tyler was best friends with Dave and Hibbler and all these shills for the whole year and was promoting their stuff, and they were promoting each other. And Tyler is so all-seeing and all-knowing, couldn't see or know that David and Hibbler and these guys were sodomite Freemason shills, so it doesn't make sense for someone to be so damn genius as Tyler claims to be, but ended up being best buddies with Dave for the whole of 2024 and probably the year before is very weird. And now he's in hiding. He just stays on his TikTok, doesn't communicate with anyone, but unless they're Dave, right? So very suspicious. He's definitely being handled by David Weiss. Yep, Dave is such a shill. Right, let's get back to some of this stuff.
I measured this thing about 20 times, and I never got to the measurement he did.
Utah, where its head alone is 66.65 miles in length and about 100.
And let's see what Mr. 66 has to say about Jesus.
I don't do organized religions at all. None of them. I think they were all designed by the same puppet masters. I think if you actually go back in history, you can see that Freemasons they created these religions to divert everybody, especially when the reset happened. They knew that these different types of people they're going to force this melting pot in the peasant world, lab rat world we live in now. They were going to force everybody in the center pond, which we're stuck in at the moment because of the treaty. But they knew that the only way to make those people fight amongst each other so we can build our new world order is religion. So they had organized religion stuff with this one has this God, this one has this God, this one has a guy that walked on water apparently. This one has this one has this. All these stories.
All within 30 seconds, he managed to push outer lands in the outer space, and he managed to mock God and Jesus. Cool, Sean. Cool. Look, I have absolutely no problem if you come to Flat Earth and it does not logically make sense to you that the Bible is true and Jesus is true and God is true. But when you are intentionally avoiding that and steering people away from it and steering people any direction but that, and then you mock Jesus and you clearly show where your allegiance and loyalty goes, I have a problem with that. And this guy and the old world order videos and the mud flood and reset, you know what they're actually hiding? They're hiding the fact that judgment already came and Jesus was here, and we're living in a time where Satan is released for a little while to deceive the nations. And guess what? In my opinion, they're part of that deception. They do exactly what he does. And did you know he used to be someone else? Bill Hicks. And hey, Alex Jones, you know who he's kind of buddies with? Yeah, these guys. There's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing, guys. And I'm here to tell you, you personally, you need to trust your own heart and your own eyes and your own experience. And things like the final experiment, don't let that sway you one way or another. That doesn't prove the fact that water can't curve and that we're not moving. And they want you to believe in flat earth because it divides and it distracts you. But as long as you believe in flat earth where there's other lands that aliens can come from, they're doing their job. And as long as you don't know that there's a heavenly father right above, they're also doing their job. But this video was...
So I'm showing this to Siva because, yeah, he was very, very close, best buds with David Weiss, and very conveniently the timing. So he just decided, because of TFE, decided to expose them all of a sudden, and now has mountains of information. So yeah, he is now supposedly taken down David Weiss and Hibbler and wants to see them fall and basically show Christians that he's a true Bible believer and worshiper of Jesus and to follow him because he's exposing the evil. So that's not how it works. If you're friends and you were best friends with the guy that now you're supposedly exposing, that's probably how the year you spent with him was setting this all up, because Dave knew he was going to go down. It was inevitable, especially with TFE on the horizon. And after what happened, they knew it wasn't going to be able to fool us and that he would crucify him. So now, very conveniently, Dave still has puppets in the movement that are trying to slither and slide their way in very snakily. So we're not going to fall for it. So I'm waiting for Tyler to reach out. You got my number. You got my email. Hurry up. Right? So what else? So Twitter. There's a bunch of shills on the Twitter now. Flat Earth shills, right? I'm not saying Brett, Flat Earth Bible Jesus is a shill, but he's got a video here exposing David.
I consider them good friends. Okay. If they're lying, I'm lying. Okay. So, but again, maybe you think I'm lying too. So if you don't, there is a point where you have to trust something. Okay. You don't have to trust me, right? But I trust Jaron and Austin to be 100% honest, right? Right. And listen, if you can't trust them, get the fuck out. Get out. Don't trust me either. Right? Because I bet my life that they are not going to fucking say one lying word to us.
Now you're going to hear David Weiss basically brag about how there were no Christian presenters during the Flat Earth meetup. Take a listen here, and this is clear what the whole agenda's about.
Christians have not taken over. Matter of fact, there wasn't a single Christian presentation or anything at the conference.
So he plays the role again of a Christian to a Christian man and then you'll clearly understand what he does to some younger adults. The exact opposite.
Believes in Christ, that loves their neighbor and obeys God's law. That's the foundation of Christianity.
Oh, okay. And do you believe that God created heaven and earth?
Yes.
You do believe that? And
so you just heard David Weiss says he believes that God created heaven and earth. Now listen to this. Played this before a while ago. This is very revealing. So again, Wimpy Weiss was pandering to a Christian man. Now he's talking to these kids that believe in evolution. They live in a ball. Now take a listen to what David Weiss says here.
Yeah, Earth is a pre-designed world, right?
Yes. It is a intelligently designed world.
Yeah. By some higher power or higher intelligence, whatever.
Maybe a moron made it. I don't know.
Complete blasphemy.
Quickly, I wanted to go on some of these. So I did respond to some. I don't know. There's a bunch of these flat Earth pages. They got like 500,000 subs, and they're pushing and promoting some fake stuff. So I need to know who's behind these pages on the flat Earth here. Let me see. Flat Earth Zone. There's some more. Some of them's got like. There's some big pages here. I need to know who these people are. So again, I do not know these people personally. I have not been a part of this facade, what that people call the Flat Earth movement, for the past 10 years. I've never been friends with any of these people, but from what I've seen through TFE and what's been going on, I'm the perfect guy to come and clean up house, right? So there's going to be no discrimination against, no favoritism. Everyone is on trial. Everyone's going to get exposed who needs to get exposed, right? So yeah, again, I'm not here to make friends or play nice with anyone. Every single person in this community is going to be under the microscope and scrutinized for everything you say and do, anything you've ever said regarding Jesus and the Bible. It's all being pulled up right here, right now. So I want everything, because like I said, I don't know these people. Some of these people like Austin Whitsitt, I only just heard about from the TFE. That's how away from this community I've been. I've been so busy doing other things, working on Flat Earth and biblical true Earth in other places, right? So, but now things have coincided. Now the New World Order is unleashing and coming full force like a freight train. It's time to clean up house. So if anyone would like to jump in, the link is there. David Weiss, little rat bastard, right? Okay. So quickly, so happy birthday to Miss Lacey Lavender. She's here in the chats. I'm not sure if she was here in the beginning when we originally said happy birthday. So happy birthday, Lacey. And quickly, I see Sean Hawkins is here. So Sean wants to debate me. So Sean, if you'd like to come on quick and say hi, and no one's running from you, what would you like to say, Sean?
Yeah, I just want to know when the debate is.
Send an email, because I got other people that was sending me.
I've sent you an email.
Oh,
I've sent you emails.
Okay,
yeah,
you're right.
And Michael sent you emails, and I've asked you time and time again, dozens of times in your chat, when the debate is, and you ignore me. So when's the debate, coward?
Yeah, I'm setting up dates. So
set a date right now, motherfucker, right the fuck now.
Just yourself, get out of here. So that's the guy. You watch your mouth on my channel, bud. So yeah, we'll get to it. I'll destroy you at the date when I'm comfortable, so you can wait, right? All right, guys, I need everything. We are working hard to clean up house here. They're scrambling. They haven't debunked anything. We are standing firm that everything we have gone, every single gate, they haven't been able to debunk. So let's quickly bring up Jaren's live, what he was going on about us. We need to get through that.
The world. You can't explain it.
Them trying to fake it is essentially them trying to hide God.
So now do you see the problem? Now you've put me against Christians. Now you're saying I'm trying to hide God. Why would I want to stay here? Why would I want to be considered a flat earther? You can keep it.
Help.
You can shove it.
Like, for example, Jaron is already a glober now. He's already saying that flat.
That's a lie. Never said I was a glober, but these guys lie. That's what they do. That's what they do. Find one place I said I'm a glober.
Flat earthers are a cult.
And you are a cult, because even if somebody says I'm no longer a flat earther, look what's gone on. People screenshotted that, shared it. Oh, all the posts on Facebook, people flipping out. That's a cult, dude. That's a cult. What do you think that if Dustin Nemos came out and said, I now believe in the globe, that I would give a fucking shit? Not at all. I don't care what Dustin Nemos believes.
And he used to be a flat earther like a week ago, 2 days ago, whatever.
Exactly.
So
I used to consider myself a flat earther, yes, until I went down and saw something that actually invalidates the model I believed in.
that's where we're at. And I've basically tracked a number of major deceptions that came out.
Oh.
We heard about Footprint Gate, Vape Gate.
False and false and
false.
false.
There seems to be a round studio at play.
There seems to be a round studio at play. If you're somebody who thinks that there's a round studio in Antarctica, that we flew down there, we got out of a plane, and then we went into a studio, like what happened on the rest where all those people are, the camp? Has nobody looked up? Have you not just typed in Union Glacier? Have you not seen that they have that camp there every year? You could find numerous people who have been there every year. So what do they do every year, Dustin? Do they not have a 24? Just so people just go down there, they see it set, but nobody's paying attention. Nobody's just not aware of it. All the employees are watching it set, but they're like, oh, when these guys come in December of 2024, make sure we pretend we're going to put them in a studio so that they think the sun goes round. No, of course not. It's ridiculous. I cannot be part of a team that isn't smart enough to get this. Sorry, just can't. Just can't. And there's no way I would be like any of you at this point. There is so much freaking evidence. If you just went to my site and just looked at my chest cam footage, how are you able to look at that and say it's fake? It's actually impossible to do. To even say that. Yet everybody's saying
they seem to have done this inside of a circular studio, which would explain things like the sun changing shape constantly from circular to.
Except for that's a 360 camera, which does distort things. Why don't you go look at Dave McKeegan's Sunspot 24-hour time lapse? The sun doesn't change at all.
More of an egg shaped.
Doesn't change at all. So that's false.
We see things with shadows that should not happen.
False.
Too divergent. A local sun, shadows missing. Local lighting at the level of the person, casting different shadows at the angle of their feet within the space of 5.
By the way, Dustin Nemos is and so is King Nico. They're shadow experts.
5-6 feet in a circle, you get different directions, almost opposite directions of shadows. There's different things that we've caught there. Where is the camp? That is the mountain in the background, but there's no camp. So that doesn't make any sense.
The camp is there. We drove from it. We drove from it. It's like 5 miles from there, or 5 kilometers, one or the other. But it's not even difficult to figure out. It's the same mountain, and you're like, oh, we don't see the camp there. Yeah, because it's far away.
There are time anomalies where they didn't really go at the solar midnight.
What?
They're playing with the time zones to pretend like they did.
No, never. There's no playing with time zones to pretend we did something or didn't do it. We have 24-hour cameras. How do we play with time zones on those cameras, Dustin? You need some sleep and you need some help.
There are repeating CGI assets, clouds.
Repeating CGI assets. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And I cannot associate myself with these people or consider them smart ever again. Ever. These are not smart people. They may be skeptics, but they're never going to find truth. They don't understand anything.
Mountains repeating in the background.
Mountains repeating in the background? What are you talking about?
There are camera anomalies, like they wiped the geolocation footage from the cameras.
Who said that? What are you talking about?
There's a bunch of other like smaller unfiltered stuff I haven't even had time to properly digest, like projections.
I'm just showing your list here with the general deception breakdown. So Footprint Gate still.
And here's the thing that's sad. This is not like these two guys saying this and everybody in the audience is like, "No, I disagree." If you watch it, everybody's agreeing. Yeah, good one. You caught them. Yeah, they're done. Like, why would I want to stay anywhere near this group?
Because everything we've done is true, Jaren. We're not trying to associate with you. Like you're there basically crying and say, oh, we're wrong about everything. These guys, Dustin and Nico, are friggin' shadow experts. No, we have eyes to see, right? We've been trained and practiced. You've been teaching all your followers for the last decade how to look and decipher the NASA deception from their ISS feeds and crap, right? And now you're finally getting yourself handed to you with all the deception you've been a part of. No, you can't gaslight your way out of this, Jaren. No.
I don't want to be called a flat earther. I don't want to be associated with people who can't see reality in front of them.
Stands, the drone gate's been debunked, Vape Gate stands, round studio stands. So quickly about the round studio. So with some of the footage, especially the 360s, when you use the 360, you can move around anywhere. So I quickly took a glimpse.
Did you also look at my chest cam footage and match it up and see the sun's exact same? How would that be possible? So I'm in the studio with the I'm in the studio with 360.
And if everyone can go look at some of the 360 footage, tell me what you see. You'll, like Dustin just said, you can see, you'll be able to see the sky circling above. Like you don't see that when looking up. So
that's what you see in any Google Earth image from the Google camera. Like you guys are so bad. So bad. The whole thing with the snow and the whole thing with the footprints. It's like, do you not understand how video compression works? When you're at a 720p, when you scale down from 1080 or whatever, and you're putting out a smaller file when you render it, it takes like colors.
Good day, brother. Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind.
So that it doesn't have to adjust them perfectly. So when you see somebody walking over ice and they're not making a footprint, it's just because the ice, they've kept the same color. They're just going to keep it. And how do we know that? Well, then we go look at the 1080 footage and then that's gone. And then you see footprints. But you guys can't even wait till that comes out. It's all about clicks. It's all about who's up first with this information. It's all about dopamine hits. It's all about getting the audience on your side, causing division. You're just falling for traps.
Looks like there's the sky kind of circles in. So if I might bring up that video and just
why don't you go to Google Earth and see that they do the same thing, because they're taking pictures from street view of a camera. It's like a 360 camera, same thing.
A bit, and show that, but definitely too many gates that are still standing that they can't walk their way out of, that they've just created more lies and buried themselves to the point that, yes, this whole experiment is now null and void.
Right, so it's null and void. Again, remember why this is, guys. Remember, it's null and void. If we came back and the sun set, there wouldn't be one thing pointed out by flat earthers. Do you realize that? If we went and saw the sunset, they wouldn't have found one bit of this. But because it did what they didn't want it to do, they can go in and dig through it and say, oh, we found all these anomalies, so we can now dismiss it. That is not a...
Yes, sir, true Christian. Everything absolutely still stands. Quickly, Miss Kyra Gerber again. You're amazing, love. For $5 Canadian says, the outer lands is non-biblical. Flat Earth is so flat earthers think the last card, according to Werner Van Braun, of a fake alien invasion is real, which is why they need to remove the firmament to open the doors for outer lands, for outer space, for the universe, Milky Way, galaxy business, right? So yeah, this is live right now. Jaren's live on his Friday Unplugged show, episode 1. So we've made episode 1 of Jaren's new live show. We are pausing it as we're doing our own live now, but we caught it at the point where he's trying to answer myself and Dustin Nemos from the other night.
Okay, you will go nowhere in life. You will do nothing in life. I refuse to be part of that team. It's time, if you're a flat earther, to go back to the drawing board. Take a step back, humble yourself. And I understand that I'm mainly responsible for a lot of this. I know that people that watch me believed it because I did, or believed it because I said that I believed it. I get it. I really feel that once you put something out, let's say that I said that I'm what's that guy's name? The fittest flat earther, or the world's most fittest flat earther? Just garbage content. TikTok is garbage human, garbage content. He says like, Prince is the same guy as Cat Williams. I mean, yeah, and 500,000 views for that. By the way, I just have to say, we have to be prepared, guys. If you don't realize that the danger that's coming in this world because of liars is going to get worse and worse because now people cater to what you believe. They're catering their content to what you believe and what you want them to say, and that's all they're doing. And this is why I can't be here anymore, is because I've never done that and I never will. Never. Not going to cater my content. And this is what people do. So this fittest flat earther, let's say he says that. Hey, Prince is the same guy as Cat Williams. Okay, so if you start believing that, I do believe that he should be held responsible, right? He told you that. But if he ever comes back and says, oh, you know what, guys, I actually made a mistake. I don't believe that anymore. Then if you keep believing it, it's on you. He releases his karmic connection. So I'm here to tell you that if you believe in this flat earth because of me, you shouldn't. I no longer think that I was correct about the map. And it means that I've got a lot to study. Now I'm willing to go back and study some more and look into things some more. I want to take down the videos from my channel that are wrong. I want to show where I could have been wrong. Because that's the right thing to do. So imagine everything that's coming at me from every direction, all these channels making videos, everybody pissed off, and it's because I'm being honest. I'm telling the truth. I'm standing up in front of people and saying, I was wrong. You don't hear that from anybody. But you all have a problem with me. Do you understand the problem? I don't give a shit if people don't like the truth. You pretend that you do. You call yourselves truthers, but you don't want the truth. You don't like the truth. You want me to pat you on the back and tell you everything that you believe currently is true. This is why people that were friends of mine, Sarah Breslin, a friend of mine, we used to chat on Telegram. But as soon as I said something that she didn't, she found some other group that said what she believed, and she went over there and started trashing me. Not because she needs somebody to pat her back and tell her what she believes is true. So these people do not want their worldview broken. They do not want something coming up that is outside of their model. And they refuse to accept it if it is. So if that's you, you will always be correct. You're fine. Believe in the flat earth. You're fine. Nothing will ever change it. Just believe in it as a religious belief, but get out of the scientific conversation. Get out of it. Let me show you one other thing real quick, and I'm going to go to I got to catch the super chats, I know. This was some chats here. I think it's right about here.
If this was such a big deception and so much money was invested, that there'd be no mistakes. And I'm like, we've gone through NASA. They have trillions, if not unlimited funding, and look at the mistakes they give us. They're supposedly in space and at the International Space Station, and we can see air bubbles floating around on camera. Like, come on, right?
Yeah. That was the kind of logic Austin used in the debate. He said basically something like this. I'm paraphrasing from memory, but why would I give my child, whom I love, a shirt?
I don't want to hear that part. Dustin, you need help, my friend. You need help. King Nico, I don't know what you need, but he started the new resistance, the Jesus believer resistance, who is eventually going to believe that Satan is the one that moved the sun around as a light, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy to me. Let me see this part here. I want to show you. But this is this one exposed by, yes. All right,
Sorry. What did he say?
As a religious belief, but get out of the scientific conversation. Get out of it. Let me show you one other thing real quick, and I'm going to go to I got to catch this through.
So yeah, he said something about me being the new resistance. Jeez, like Jaren doesn't know anything that's going on. He's just, all he knows is that he's been caught red-handed, and he needs to run and scurry and scuffle about and figure things quick because the pressure's been on from while they were still standing there in the studio in Antarctica. So unbelievable. Let's get up to where is it still going? Is this guy still live?
Some people friends, some people foe, I'm pretty sure.
I believe it stopped, but yeah, you can go check that out, and I think that's it. Wow, so lots going on. The movement is in shambles right now, but that's what they want. And if anything, if you have biblical true earth and you have the Bible, then nothing changes for us, right? Just because these shills were able to post up for the last decade and be in a position to gatekeep and dilute biblical true earth and rename it flat earth and make it into this big circus, right? That circus is dead. We don't want that circus, right? The Bible still stands. Biblical earth still stands. The firmament, the rakia, it is there. It is the solid, firm dome firmament that stays above us and keeps everything in. No one leaves, nothing comes in, right? Unbelievable. So he's there whining and complaining that he doesn't want to be associated with any of us. We're all crazy. We're all, psychopaths and resistance this, and we're not smart. We're not good researchers. So this is coming out live from Jaren tonight. I think everything we've done so far has worked out amazingly. I can't thank all of you enough for the pressure that we've been able to keep on them. We pretty much busted the second moon landing, right? We did it, and we did it so fast that the people involved, we caught them off guard. They honestly didn't think that we would be so quick to jump all over this and pick it apart so fast. Like it's just been incredible. Now we're watching them talk about something. Okay, Dave, for example. Now he's saying that, he never supported or was involved with TFE from day one, but we have seen him for the last almost 3 weeks. Every interview, he's trying to debunk and back it up. He's been out there trying to prove that TFE is real. But so thank you for pointing that comment out today, True Christian. Boy, I know everyone's watching. Everyone in the Flat Earth community is watching and waiting and wanting to know when their name is going to be brought up, part of the Shill crew. So 1 by 1 or 10 by 10, as the information comes in and as I see it, as it's all happening, as other Flat Earthers are hiding and being all quiet about this, and like Jake the Arsehole, he's not allowed to talk about TFE, so he went back to sports and NFL and fires in LA, which we should be covering. I'll get to that soon. So definitely. Oh yeah, Mark Sargent. Thank you for reminding me. We have to quickly bring up Mark Sargent's video quickly. So he's another one jumping on the Protect TFE bandwagon. Let's quickly show his video before we end today's live. So Mark Sargent, videos and shorts. So he is again standing firm on Nothing Gate.
So my Flat Earth friends messaged me and say, Mark, you sure?
Let me just make sure you guys can hear the sound. I need to change the audio. So no one got to hear that. Hold on a second. Maybe I did the wrong thing. Oh, that's why. Sorry.
Friends message me and say, Mark, you sure? Yes, it's time to shut up and move forward. There is no Vape Gate or Mountain Gate or Snow Gate or Shadow Gate or Reverse Vampire Gate or half double decaffeinated half calf gate with a twist of lemon. How do I know? If it was my agency running this operation, it would have looked a lot different. There would have been a massive surge of media stories long before the team left and multiple media reps with them on the ice. There would have been a detailed group statement on video with Jaren, Austin, and Lisbeth, remember her, and then lots of mainstream media after the trip. Jaren would have been seen driving in a new BMW. He wasn't. Austin would have endorsements. He doesn't. And Lisbeth would have been on camera a lot because that's what you do with pretty internet girls. And guess what? She's under the radar. Everyone is trying to turn tiny things into a witch hunt and ignoring all the large things for some reason. Keep trolling if you want, but I can tell you as someone who's been through this madness more than a few times over the last decade, none of it is going to stick. Do your own research and find out why I say that there are no shills on flat Earth. Whatever. I'm done.
Wow. So not even
So
a
my Flat
full
Earth friends message me.
not even a full minute video. They're basically saying we're moving forward. We're putting all this this TFE gate business in the back. There's nothing gate. There's no drone gate. There's no studio gate. There's no chocolate cafe gate. So they're trying to use comedy and fun and games to be like, oh yeah, the fun and games is over now. We can get back to deceiving and lying and preparing you for, you know, fake alien invasion nonsense. Yeah, hashtag done. So we're gonna stay on it. We don't have much time. Like I said, I don't want to be spending months and weeks and days after upon days talking about TFE and who's a shill. We need to get it done now. I don't want to be making at least 2-3 more videos. We need to expose them, bring up whatever videos they've been caught saying, blaspheming, defending, just anything and everything. And we got to push them to one side, and that's it. Ignore them. Forget about them. They can't. What are they going to do? We're the ones with the power, right? If they hold a conference and only friggin' Mark Sargent and Jaron is in the crowd, we win, right? If they're doing lives, right? And only Patricia and Nachiketa are watching, we win. So we got to start moving our attention and focus away from these deceivers and put our focus on Jesus Christ and the Holy Bible and biblical earth, biblical true earth. Okay, it's cooking up. So I see Brother Sanchez was in the chat, made a great comment earlier. It stood out. He says, in regards to what Tyler Hansen was saying, how they all say the creator and not God. He did say that there are verses in the Bible that do refer to God as the creator, because he is the creator. That's the title, but he's also God, and whatever names, the Hebrew names, Yahweh. So, well, that's good looking, brother. So I appreciate that. Brother Sanchez, his channel, where is it? I had it up right here. So he did a live today also. Again, bringing up, last night's live was pretty amazing. So One Mason, Don't Stop, No Show. So thank you, Brother Sanchez, for the content, continuous. It's all there. You've got it all documented. So some very good stuff coming out from all sorts of flat earthers. So again, the whole movement's on trial right now, so it can't be too much longer. All the information's piling up. None of them have been able to talk their way out of anything. They've just been using lies upon lies and digging themselves deeper holes. So again, how much more time does the community need to be like, okay, this is it? They are government agents. They have been put here from the beginning. It's time to ignore them, forget about them, and move on. You're welcome, Bro Sanchez TV. Okay, I'm going to read through some comments quickly, and then we're going to end tonight's live. Again, happy birthday to Lacey Lavender. It's been a loyal crusader since the very beginning. Waken Nemesis says, Nico, you are dividing the community via religion. Wouldn't be nothing to do with you being an Islam convert, would it? So I'm not sure what Awaken Nemesis is getting at there. I'm not a religious person. I've said it over and over again. I am not one of those religious Christmas worshiping Christians, right? I don't go to church. I don't speak to pastors or priests or confessional boxes. I don't do Easter, none of those pagan crap, right? So don't come at me with your religious nonsense and lies. There's not going to be any footage or video. They're only going to show video and footage of tents, but not, of course not, they're going to have no footage of them visiting the Masonic Lodge of Antarctica, Lodge number 777, which is also coded 777 for order out of chaos. And what do you see happening in the world right now? There is chaos happening, and out of that chaos will become the new world order. California just got burnt to a crisp, parts of it, which is all in the design. I think I've already seen videos of the lasers, the direct energy weapon just smashing it to pieces. We all know that the blue roofs and blue cars somehow don't get damaged. So yeah, they're preparing for 15-minute cities. The new AI smart cities are coming. That's why they're destroying the old cities and villages and towns to make way for the AI smart cities, right? Fully surveillanced. It's already there in China. That's again a topic for another day. Thank you, Kyra Gerber says, I'm not religious either, so good for you, Nico. Autodidactic Girl says, I was never subbed to any of them, so I never stopped moving forward. I just gawked at them on my way past. Thank you for that. Yeah, 82. Someone's saying 82. So I already showed that the number 82 is in part. Here we go. So 82 in gematria is 666, and it's also the number that was put on the COVID 19 pill, because 82 equals 666, and the Golden Globes just had their 82nd showing. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy Daisy says, you are getting them. Great job. God said his temple is not made by hands of men. Okay, awakened Nemesis. You speak fluent Islam, yes? No, I do not speak any other language but English. There is a video of me. I'll try and bring it up now on Facebook. You must have seen it because a lot of people are trying to find ways to attack me and find anything on the internet, but everything they're finding is actually going good for me. So I think that what you're referring to, awakened Nemesis, I'll show you. Amber Summerall says, yeah, my sister's in the hospital out there. Does King Nico equal 82? No, you guys don't ask. You are definitely irritating the demons with God's words. That's exactly what we're doing. So I'm going to try and bring up this post here. I have to search it on my Facebook because there was a time where I spoke Arabic, but it was an Arabic prayer because I was protesting the LGBT, and Canadians did not want to stand up. So this is what happened in 2022. I exposed that the Trudeau government was going after the children in schools by sending drag queens after them, by teaching them this curriculum called sexual orientation and gender identity. So these drag queens and this curriculum was basically brainwashing children as young as 4 years old that it's okay to be born in the wrong body, and they were basically telling them that you can transition if it's okay. So I caught wind of this, and I went out there and started protesting drag queen story times. And the Canadian Freedom Movement, they were too caught up with truckers and other stuff. They wanted nothing to do with it. So they were still sending their kids to the schools. I eventually went viral with it. The Muslims, the Palestine crew, they were protesting. So I was like, you guys need to get your kids out of the school. So I was invited to speak at one of these protests, and I said one of their prayers out loud, and immediately followed by John 14:6. So let's see. So I'm going to try and find it here. Arabic, I don't know if it's going to come up, but I have no issues in answering to anyone that thinks they got something on me, so it's not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to be easy to find this. Okay, wait. If I go to my home page and just go through the videos. Videos. So anyone can do this. Nothing is hidden on my pages. You can go back years and see everything I've been involved with and done and protested against. I'm not an internet keyboard warrior. I'm actually out there in real life doing real things. Oh yeah, we got videos of Alex Jones fake crying hair, admitting to being a Mason. So I can answer to anyone. I can answer to absolutely anyone about anything. But the fact that these people cannot answer to us and that they're running scared goes to show, right? So quickly, I'll show you this video. You guys seen that. Let's see a flat earth video.
Is there anyone out there that's come today that has woken up to the flat earth? Yeah? Earth is flat! It is covered with a dome! The firmament! Is there anyone out there that's come?
Sorry, I'm trying to find that one speech that I know this person's talking about. I think it's here. So here was the first one I did.
I say take your kids out to schools for 2 weeks and watch that curriculum disappear, right?
Yes, we agree.
I say take your kids out to schools for 2 weeks. It's their last fucking parade, mark my words. Are you kidding me? Come help us. Last parade. You guys getting back in the closet. I'm gonna push every single one of you back in that closet where you belong. And you'll be locked in there for the next millennium! Get back in the closet!
Calm down.
So Sodom and Gomorrah, I was there in 2023 trying to shut down Pride Parade. I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. So I've been out there exposing the cults of the proven Bible prophecies. This is exactly what Jesus said would happen.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dogs or cats out in the classroom. Teachers, leave those kids alone. Right, so thank you very much, everyone. It's been a pleasure speaking to you all. God bless.
So that's the rally in question that they're bringing up, where I got thousands of Muslims to sing Pink Floyd. We don't need no education. So I'm trying to find the video where I actually recited an Arabic prayer. But yeah, too many videos on the Facebook here. I'm trying to find it. But it's from the same rally. Nothing's hidden. You guys can go check it out. I'm out there. I've been leading Muslims, Christians, Canadians, all kinds. Speaking of Canadians, Canadians are the worst kind. They're the biggest jealous haters in the world. I know I've got more Serbians in the house watching me now than Canadians. Canadians are just losers, basically. Polite little bitch losers. So I'm sick of it. I'm getting fed up with all the crap that's going on. So we're cleaning up house. And yes, thank you, Brother Sanchez. I've got that energy that we need. You can go through the receipts. All the receipts are there. I don't mess around. You don't even want to see what happens to me when the police try coming and do it. Like, all the footage is here. So here's the Prime Minister that just stepped down.
Information can quickly end up being amplified as disinformation. But if someone says the earth is flat, you can see extensive YouTube pages devoted by people who've decided, and this is a recent phenomenon over the past decade or so, that the earth is flat, because their experience as they look out to the horizon is, boy, the earth sure looks flat. There has to be an acceptance that there are experts out there that create a basis of fact that was built up on in generations to tell us that, water is wet and it freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, and there are scientific realities that have been proven and accepted.
Yeah. So again,
Information can quickly
Kyra, I know you're Canadian. I'm speaking of just the Canadians and the freedom movement here. They're very weird, hateful, jealous, stealing all my stuff. We got people showing up in Baphomet. So look at this, what I have to do. So we got the Baphomet worship here in the front
20 of
lines.
them?
20.
We are not the minority, honey. We
Yeah.
never will be.
Exactly.
We never will be.
With all that government funding and all that government push, there's only 20 of them today. Right?
Trudeau must not be paying you guys enough, eh? I understand. I get it.
Let's see. So I'm exposing the Baphomet. These people are Satan worshippers.
All the Nazis going down the line.
So I basically proved that the LGBT, they worship the devil.
Was there a new game plan for tomorrow? Are you done with this now? Because
No, we are gonna be going as hard as ever. There's rallies going on in Edmonton today as well. We'll be in Fort Erie tonight. There's one going on. Like I said,
you know better. You know better. Come on, man. I think that you need to articulate.
yeah. So the movement's getting a big cleanup. Like I said, I've been in many different movements. I've seen shills.
Everybody, none of your fucking business. Everybody, none of your business. Oh, yeah, you don't have kids. You talk about kids all the time.
Because of this. Because people like you are preying on them. Right?
Everybody, none of your fucking business. Everybody.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. So yeah, I'm not afraid to get out there and have people scream in my face and scream right back in theirs too, right? So all you internet troll warriors, all you freaking no-face Twitter accounts, the Crusaders of the Resistance is coming for every single one of you, right? We are going to expose who and what is behind every Twitter account that has over 500,000 subs or followers on Twitter, everything. We want to know who and what is in this community spreading what kind of nonsense or truth. We want to know now. So yeah, it's done. It's over. The free 10 years is over. It's done. This needs to be regulated immediately. So again, I'm done. I'm getting too hot and upset now going over this because it's getting on my nerves. All the weaseling and the snake slithering. Most of us have seen it from the very beginning, but the fact that we've had to spend almost 3 weeks now going over the same crap and trying to like have people see it clearly while these snakes and these demons are trying to weasel their way out, right? So yeah, it's getting on my nerves. And I got one more brother to share with you guys, man. Let me see. Is he? One more channel. Another brother in Christ here. Before I head off, we got Tyrese Brown. I think I just seen him in the chats. So God bless you, brother. Bro, come on right now and say hello. Say a prayer for everyone. I'm definitely a little bit too amped up to be saying a prayer, but I think definitely, let me put the link in the chats, and Tyrese is going to come on for everyone quickly and end off this live. Brother, the link is in the chats. I just posted it. So if everyone wants to see a young Christian brother doing amazing work, you can go check out his channel here. Yeah, the hoodie. You want to see the hoodie? Before someone says it's a satanic hoodie, I'll show you what it says on the back of my hoodie. Can you see that? Jesus is King. All right. So everyone, welcome to Crusaders headquarters, Tyrese Brown. Good to see you, brother.
What's going on, man? How's it going?
It's been pretty good, pretty hectic. We ended off 2024 with what we basically needed to, uncovering and exposing a lot of evil demons that are working for this new world order. And as you can see how 2025 has begun, especially what's going on in California. It's very reminiscent of how 2020 began when we had the huge fires in Australia. Does everyone recall that? And there was images of kangaroos and koalas jumping through big fires back in January 2020. Then Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. Helicopter equals 666. So I feel like what happened 5 years ago, it seems like we're going through similar motions again with January massive fires, and we'll see what's going on. So again, introduce yourself, Tyrese. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, man. It's been I know it's been a very, very long time, seems like. But yeah, I'm Tyrese Brown, and I give the word of God, just trying to help many people as I can, to get out of darkness. And it just, don't you notice ever since 2025 hit, man, just so much stuff is just increasing. Just so much chaos, so much terrorist attacks. It's just a lot of stuff happening. And I remember just earlier today, God just revealed to me the dream that I had. I think it was back in 2023. And this dream it was a map of the United States, and it was like the far left was completely like, it was two tornadoes. There was a big tornado on the far west, and then on the far east. And I remember I was just walking through my house, and I was just thinking about the dream, and then it was like the Holy Spirit just dealt with me upon that. That I thought it was going to be like a physical tornado. I thought that's what it was like going to be. That's what I was thinking, about the storm. But tornado represents God's judgment. And so, see, I was looking at like, it's going to be a tornado, but really it's God's judgment. So when I looked at this map, because I seen a map on Facebook, and it was actually showing United States, and it showed a bunch of fire on the left side of the United States, and then on the very far right, it was nothing but just cold, like ice cold. And, that's what we're having over here on the east side. So it really came together, and I'm just like, wow, Lord, so this is it. Like this is, your judgment, and, it's been so many warnings happening out there in California, with the earthquake 7.0, that was like 3 weeks ago. And then now this, it's consuming a lot of, celebrities' houses and stuff. So this is a serious time.
Quickly, so no sympathy for celebrities. These guys they got more than enough money. Their house burning down, they've got bunkers, they got other houses everywhere. No one feels sorry for any of these celebrities. But yeah, I've seen some footage. Some of these, the Palisades or whatever they're calling it, is completely flattened. So it's perfect for New World Order to come in to start implementing the smart AI cities, right? That will be fully surveillanced.
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff. And then I heard about this AI thing. They have, I think I seen on TV, they was talking about that you can have your own AI pastor. Like it's like a pastor, I guess, teaching you the word of God, but it's an AI, it's an app. And I'm like, these people are going way too far with this AI stuff, but this is what's going to be the next thing, really taking over and stuff. So we just got to be prayed up and just ask God for a spirit of discernment to see all this deception. Even though God is doing stuff for his people, Satan is also going to try to do stuff for his. And that's just the reality. It's good and evil fighting at a high rate right now. And trust me, I can feel it in the spirit. Like it's so much stuff going on.
Yeah. And also just a warning here from Brother Sanchez TV. He says this weather is geoengineering and government weather warfare. So it's like, just be careful quit blaming this on God, because that is blasphemous. So yeah, I know you spoke that this weather and the earthquakes and the fires could be judgment from God. But it also, as Brother Sanchez says, can be part of the geoengineering. It could be weather manipulation. We know about the HAARP machine, and we know about dew. So again, there's a lot of deception going on. It's always good to keep your heart and your eyes on the skies and to our Father. But there's some of us out here that are trying to expose the evil that's going on. So I thank you for that, Brother Sanchez.
Yeah, and yeah, for that comment, people are gonna have, different understandings, but one thing for sure, I know what the Lord showed me, and a lot of times, God, he will use different weathers or earthquakes and stuff. We all seen it all throughout the Bible. There's a lot of stuff that God will allow to get people to wake up and get people's attention. So we got to, we just got to ask God, Lord, is this you? Is this your judgment, or this is something that they're doing, but I feel in my spirit that this is God's doing. He's getting people to really to wake up, because he's only given us a 4-year window. He's given us some time to really get it together, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff that's going to really start to pop off. And if you're not in a place with God, it can cause you to lose your life very early. So we just got to ask God for wisdom and spiritual discernment to know what's real and what is not real, and what's God and what is not of God. But God is always going, and this is something God don't even want to do. This is not something he want to do, but people don't want to wake up. People don't want to repent. And celebrities, this is the lifestyle that they chose. This is what they wanted. And when you don't turn away, God has to do something to shake you. There's a storm coming. It's a big shaking and coming.
So, Brother Tyrese, we got Brother Sanchez. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but he wants to jump in and share some of the words that you're speaking on here regarding God's judgment. So welcome, Brother Sanchez. Good to see you again, brother.
Thank you for having me. And let me say salutes to this brother here. I'll just hop right into it. The reason I think this has nothing to do with God is because when God strikes the earth out of wrath, you ain't going to have to debate it. It ain't going to be an argument when the wrath of God strikes humanity. Now, how I know this ain't the work of God is because it's only targeting righteous people. It's only targeting people that's on God's side. That's just like Hurricane Katrina. That's just like a lot of these events. They ain't targeting the evil people. You know, there are a bunch of evil people on this earth that, quite frankly, the world can do better without them. But these events never do anything to them. So if somebody say, well, this is God's doing, that would make me, as a righteous person who lost my house in a wildfire, I would be mad at God. Like, why is God targeting me when I'm doing everything right and not Trump and not Monsanto? So I say, let's be very careful, because I think it is the will of the enemy to write off all of these events that's happening right now as God. One thing I know about God, right? If God wants to show somebody something, he will use me and you, my brother. We the light, we the hands and eyes of God that God will use to bring people on board. I think we have this false perception of God, that God runs around chasing people, beating them up with fire to get them to follow him. That ain't how God does. God ain't gonna
Not to follow, but just to wake them up to make a decision who they're gonna serve. Let me say this real quick. So when when you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And God told what was his name, Noah, to build the ark.
Yeah.
You remember that story? So was it the enemy doing all that stuff, causing the flood and stuff, or was that God? Because God said in his word that that he was going to bring the flood, but this time that he was going to bring fire also too.
Okay,
so that fire could represent what God is doing absolutely right now.
So with Sodom and Gomorrah, God warned them first before destruction came.
Yeah, he lets his people know he's going to do it.
The people that's suffering right now with these wildfires, we would have to say all of them are homosexuals in order to go with that example you given, because God destroyed a predominantly homosexual city. Here's what I'm saying about what's happening now. God already prophesied in the Bible that the world gonna go astray and that most of the church ain't gonna make it to heaven. That's written in the book. So why would God now have to punish righteous people for doing something that was already written that they was gonna do? God already knew some people gonna turn away in the last days. It's gonna be a great apostasy and all that. So why punish the people that's doing right when you already know it was gonna be some traitors like Jared? Why not punish the Jarens and the Pastor Duffys versus randomly targeting trees and animals and people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing? I believe when the God of heaven comes to this earth, that he's going to specifically target the synagogue of Satan. And that's how we ain't going to even have to know it's God, Because when God come, our enemies gonna fall. They ain't gonna be still walking around happy-go-lucky when our God come. They're gonna know our God came, and we're gonna know it too. Because they're gonna be falling and shitting bricks, excuse my language. They don't look like my God is here. The people in power look comfortable to me. They look like, oh, we got a lot of time to work our evil. They don't look like my God is here. When my God show up, I'm going to know it, because I'm going to look at my enemy and his eyes going to be like this.
Okay. I see what you mean, but I'm just a little confused in different areas. Like, are you saying are you saying that the people that's going through the fire as of right now is God's people?
I'm saying that the people that all of these so-called apocalyptic events that should be coming from God, they're targeting poor praying people like Hurricane Katrina, right? They said that was God, right? And I was like, yo, the people who in that area they from the Bible Belt. They pray more than everybody. How come God ain't targeting Queen Elizabeth land? Why does God keep targeting good, poor people? Is my question for God. I wouldn't want to tell a person that I heard that coming up. You know what I heard coming up?
It sounds like it's about works. It sounds like it's about works, and that's not what it's supposed to be about.
I would ask my pastor coming up in our land here. I would say, why is the people in Africa suffering so much? And they would say, well, God punishing them because they worship foreign gods. And I was like, dog, that's messed up. God letting that little baby suffer with Rick. It say God wish that no man should suffer.
I think that's a little too extreme. Yeah, that would be a way.
That's why I
Yeah,
said
that's a little too extreme.
we gotta be careful with saying what God doing to somebody, because if God ain't doing that to them, you messing up.
So what you're saying there, Brother Sanchez, what I'm getting is that the dangers of assigning God to all these apocalyptic events is that there's innocent people that are suffering in this. And to say that God is the person, then that might give them a way to be like, oh, we don't like God no more. Why would God take away my home and my family? And
not just that, Nico, but what if they're practicing weather warfare and geoengineering? What if the people in power are controlling the weather to target us? The moment we say that this hurricane is God's wrath, we just gave them an out. I think a lot of this stuff, they hoping us to blame it on God so the devil can be hitting among us. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that the brother wrong. I'm not saying it is or it isn't God. I'm saying we shouldn't have to question it if it's God. Because when God come, it ought to be so different than what man does that nobody can argue that that's God.
Yeah.
And that he targeted the evil ones and not the righteous ones, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying because, God, because at the same time, God, he's going to allow certain things to happen to wake people up, wherever he got to do. But at the same time, people have their own ways of how they, they see things and how they look at things. But at the end of the day, God said he wished no man perish, but come to him. So he's going to shake up different things. He's going to allow certain storms to come to get people to wake up. He's going to do what he got to do. Well, and like I said, in the Bible said in those days, lives will be shortened in those days. We are literally in those days because Satan, yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like when the Bible warns us what's coming, it ain't saying God doing that. It's saying in the end of days, Satan is gonna be free. Satan is gonna be among you loose in those days. So I think we got to remember what the Bible said in Revelation, that when the Antichrist come, before God come, that the Antichrist is going to be causing wildfires, wars, earthquakes. And I think right now it ain't God, it's the Antichrist. I think God is yet to come. But I think what we seeing now is the Antichrist because it's only targeting the righteous people. And it say in the Bible that the Antichrist was going to wage war with the saints before God come back. That ain't happened yet. I think we at the first beginning of the war being waged against the truthers with what we see going on in the flat earth community, what we see going on this happening all over the world. The righteous people are under attack, not just the flat earth. communities. So I do think that the world powers are rising up. They saying people are waking up. We got to fight back because there's too many information out here that's exposing us and our programs. So the people in power are going to go on overdrive moving forward. And that's why the Bible say in the end of days, Satan going to be released, because Satan is artificial intelligence. And that's what the people in power is going to use to police us and rule the world. When the Bible say the Antichrist going to rule the world, it ain't talking about one man. The Antichrist is a spirit that possesses many false prophets, the spirit of the Antichrist. So what I'm telling you, the Antichrist is one mindset, and that mindset is world domination and a new technocratic utopia with a one world dictatorship. And the only way the Antichrist can manifest that is through apocalyptic events. When these apocalyptic events happen, the Christians got to know that it ain't God yet. The Bible warns that it's going to be a false series of events before the truth really comes. And I think that's what this is, because it's only targeting God's people.
That's where I come in. So my ministry is called Proving Bible Prophecy, because obviously, whether you read the Bible or not, there is an evil out there that also knows the Bible just as well. And when it's in the hands of the government that have unlimited funding, they can, you know, fake certain things that could come across as Bible prophecy, but it's up to us Christians to have discernment and be like, no, this is not the work of God. This is someone trying to play God.
Yes, and that's what we're experiencing. The technology that we have right now has put man on a level, on a God-like level. And that's what the spirit of the Antichrist is. The Bible warns that many people is going to worship the Antichrist, and many false prophets that come in the spirit of the Antichrist, because they will be doing great signs and wonders.
Yes.
What is that? Technology, Elon Musk, all of your tech gurus. People are going to follow that in the New World Order technocracy over the true God. Why? Because it's all a test right now. The true God ain't came back yet. The true God waiting to see how many people going to turn astray. And after the great apostasy is done, that's when God going to come back. And all the fake ones that fall at the beast, they're going to have to stay with him. Now, that's my opinion based upon this, looking at the scriptures and what's actually happening outside now, and where I think we are in the book of Revelation. But I would say that the brother on the call salutes to you. This don't mean you wrong or I'm right. It's just two different perspectives, and the people get both of them.
Yeah. And like I said, and I just want to just throw this out here because I don't want to hold y'all up or anything like that. We got to also to get back of teaching the word of God more than ever, because I think some people, they can get too far into what Satan is always doing 24/7. Yeah, we supposed to expose, you know, tell the truth, give the people the word of God, and people should have a heart to want to seek the Lord Jesus Christ for themselves. But I think when we go too deep of what Satan is doing, it's almost like we're kind of giving him. It's almost kind of like we're giving them praise. Like we're kind of just talking about Satan way more than God, and we have to talk about God way more than Satan. Because when we spend time with God, everything is going to instantly be revealed. We don't have to keep going over and saying, well, what about this and what about that? What about that? No, keep your eyes on Jesus. And I pray for everybody to do that. Keep your eyes up on Jesus no matter what. Everything is going to be open up to you. If God giving you a vision or a dream, believe what God is telling you and what he's showing you. Because at the end of the day, we are going to be judged. At the end of the day, he's soon to come back. The spirit of Antichrist is moving through through social media, through TV, through everything. But the man is not actually here yet, but is coming very soon. And so God, there's a lot of things that we can pray against. And I think if we do more praying than worrying about what the Antichrist spirit is doing 24/7, I think we will be able to push back through prayer all this deception that's going on.
Me personally, I think that the church is beyond prayer. In the end of days, praying ain't gonna really help you, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh no, prayer help. The Bible lets us know.
I'm gonna tell you why. let me holler at you. Faith without works is dead. And when a Christian get on, we're in the middle of a warfare right now. And the people that's fighting against the church, they are some dangerous people that ain't playing with you, my brother. They want your life. They want you gone. They ain't nothing to play with. These are people that don't play about killing, okay? And when they say they want to depopulate the earth, they not playing about this agenda. So with that being said, here's what I want to say. God had an army. Read the Bible.
Yeah.
God marched his army into war. And when it was time for Christians to fight, it wasn't a time to pray. I'm going to tell you something. I was in the military. We prayed before we went to the battlefield. When we was on that battlefield, we was fighting in the name of God. At least I thought I was. I was fighting for corporations. But now I know that once the war is on, my prayers has already been sent up, and now it's time to fight. And why I'm saying that is because I don't want Christians thinking that we can simply ignore what the enemy is doing, go in a corner and pray our way out of this one. That ain't what the God calling us to do in the book of Revelation. It says that there will be a war fought on the earth between the forces of good and evil. And you can pray all you want to. All I'm saying is fight too.
Yeah.
Fight too.
Yeah,
It ain't
yeah,
enough to
I
just
know what
pray.
I know what you mean, but you know, even the Bible also lets us know pray without ceasing. You know, prayer is very important, because if prayer wasn't that important, why the lady, I think it was in Canada or whatever, she was praying on the side of the road and they just locked her up. They just took her to jail.
Yeah,
Why
what
people
I'm
that
saying
don't
is
pray
we don't
idiot
know.
canceled, they get
We don't.
banned. Was
We
because
don't
prayer
know. We don't
means
know.
a lot.
We don't know what prayer is nowadays. We think prayer is
Because
closing
church
our
don't teach
eyes.
it.
And I'm gonna tell you what we think prayer is. We think prayer is closing our eyes, asking God to do this and do that and do that. That ain't what prayer is. Prayer is closing your eyes and shutting up and let God talk to you, because you don't gotta ask God nothing if God know everything. If God know the future, why are you telling God I need my light bill paid? God know that. So I think we talk too much in prayer and we don't
The
listen.
Bible, look,
Hold on, hold on. Let me say one.
the Bible
Let
said
me say.
we have not because we
Let me
ask not. That's Bible.
let me say one thing. And I don't think we ask with our mouth. I think the moment our heart desires something, God know what we want. God know my desires. The moment Sanchez say, I want equality on earth, God know that. Me opening my mouth to tell God what my heart feeling, that's me saying I don't think God know my heart when the Bible said he know my heart. So what I'm telling people is this: the prophets before us who was able to see the future, they didn't go into meditation running their mouths. You close your eyes and listen, and God will give you visions that will help you out. But if you talking, and if you really think about it, what do you got to say to God that God don't know? It's kind of blasphemous. So I know when the Bible say pray and to talk, but the Bible is saying in a meditative space. When you close your eyes, guess what else you got to do? Close your mouth too. Talk to God with the mouth inside of your head, not with this one. And that's when you're able to go into a quiet place, meditate, and you're able to get more out of your relationship with the source. Because God speaks to us via directly the mind and the heart, not with words and language. And if we start talking to God back directly through thought, through feelings, I'm telling you, it is the ultimate experience. Shut this thing up, this little stinker. Shut that up. The God don't need this thing. God has the heart and the mind. That's your first mileage. Nothing comes out of here that don't first come here and here. So when you pray, and anybody who trying to strengthen their relationship with God, our ancestors meditated. That's why they were prophets. That's why they can see the future. They ain't teaching us how to pray today. They teaching us how to blabber to a God that already know everything.
So when Job was praying to God when he lost a lot of stuff, was he talking or he was just thinking?
He was thinking. It was all meditative. And that's what I'm telling you. They're not telling us. Are you telling me if you don't say something out of your mouth, God don't know what's in your mind and heart, brother?
So wait, hold on. So I know what you're getting at. So when it comes to prayer, yeah, a lot of it is from within and you don't need to open your mouth. But the moment you open your mouth is when those demons come, and then you profess as loud as you can, Jesus is king. And that's all you need to say, right? But yeah, God will hear all the prayers. I understand about there is, you need faiths and works. And again, I'm under the same impression that God has an army and that there is going to be a war on this earth during the end times. We can't really pray our way out of it, but we can pray going through it. And not everyone is going to be fit and mental and stable enough to be a part of the war. And some will be needed to just pray. And that will be enough of,
Yeah, because
everyone has
like
different parts they can to give.
yeah, because at the end of the day, because like I said, the Bible lets us know that we don't fight against our flesh and blood, but spirits and principalities and wickedness in high places. So this is more of a spiritual battle more than anything. People wants to fight physical more than the spiritual, but the real fight is in the spirit. When you fight in the spirit, and that's by speaking and that's by praying, then why did the Bible say death and life is in the power of tongue? Because we have the power to speak life or death. Words are powerful. He said death and life is in the power of tongue. And there was many people in the Bible that prayed with words. So we see all these things, and the Bible even lets us know that we need to be praying without ceasing. We got to continue to keep praying because it's a spiritual battle way more than the physical. We're not looking at the person. We know there's a spiritual, there's something, there's a demonic spirit behind up all these people. And that's what the devil wants us to fight. He wants us to fight physical, and we can't win fighting physical.
I'll say this right. All throughout Christianity, God led his army into battle to fight physical wars. And I think that the reason why the church is going to fall in the end of days, because men are cowards. Men don't want to fight no more. See, I was in the military. I served in the infantry. I don't care about fighting and killing on the battlefield. I come from the streets too, from where it's gangs and all that, where guys will kill you for stepping on their shoes, King Nico. So my thing is God is looking for an army. If you read the book of Revelation, it says that God will have an army of saints that will fight against the beast in the end of days. Nico, when I used to read the book of Revelation, that made me happy, Nico. Yep. As a man, as a fighter, I said, I can't wait to be on the front line in this battle for God. And the Bible wasn't talking about a prayer war. It was talking about literal physical fighting. And what I'm telling you is this right here. You can't have a physical war without a spiritual war, and you can't have a spiritual war without the physical war. So anybody thinking that you can just pray is wrong. And anybody thinking that you can just fight is wrong. Guess what you got to do?
It's us and the angels that's going to fight with the Lord. That's what it is. It's not going to be physical. That's persecution.
Hold on a second. If God only wanted us to think spiritually in prayer, if somebody broke in my house right now, Nico, I would drop to my knees and pray for them to get out. But as a man, Nico, I'm gonna get my gun and protect my house.
Well, of course, yeah, I would hope so. Yeah,
you know why, Neo? Because there comes a time where you have to fight, and if men don't see that, let me let my plane. If men don't see that we're in a time now that we're gonna have to be willing to physically do battle for the God in heaven, I don't know what to tell you, man. Because guess what? The evil ones are physically trying to harm our children right now. And men like me are saying, I'm physically going to defend these children. I'm physically going to defend these Christians and these saints. All of the righteous ones that believe in Christ, Sanchez is physically going to defend you, not just
yes. I do agree with that.
And we need men to make our women feel safe like that. We know we can pray, but we need some men with the voice what Nico got when he on them street corners.
And
that's what God needs,
brother. Like you said, you can't have the physical war without the spiritual and psychological warfare. And when that physical war does come and we do have to fight, it's not going to be us saints really fighting. It's going to be us consumed by the Holy Spirit, right? That's where the Holy Spirit comes in. And I've been able to witness how great the Holy Spirit is when you're out there and you'll have no fear. And that's where the Bible says, put on the full armor of God. James 4:7 says, submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil and he will flee from you. So it's all, and again, I always knew that.
Yeah,
God,
and I agree with him on that point. I definitely agree with him on that point.
So, okay. Oh, yeah. So I wasn't disagreeing with the brother about the prayer. I was saying when the Bible speak about what's coming up in the world now with Armageddon, Christians gonna have to do more than just pray when this Antichrist keep rising. Now, guess what? When I was reading, when I was check this out, right? When I was reading the book of Revelation, that got me excited because I said these people in power have harmed so many children, Nico, pedophiles. They've done so much to third world countries and poor people. If you know that you got the Spirit in God in you, and God say, I'm gonna lead you into physical combat, why would you be scared? I'm ready to go. Let's go. I got God in me. They got the devil. I know we're gonna physically win this. Now, what I see from the church side, I see a lot of Christian brothers that's acting like they don't really want to get physical with the devil. And they shouldn't give off that kind of energy because that makes it seem like we're scared to be physical as men of God. And we got to let the world know, hey, we'll pray, but we'll fight too. And we'll do either one at the snap of a finger because God hasn't given us the spirit of fear. And I think that the people in the world who are evil, they act the most fearless to me. They act the most gangster and tough. And I wish that men of God would start acting tough and fearless and let them know, hey, just because we got God don't mean you're going to just bully us now. We'll fight. And that's what I liked about the spirit of Nico. That's what I like about when I saw Nico on them streets. I said, that's the energy God needs right now.
Yeah.
That's the energy. So that's just my opinion. I'm with the brother, but I want to see some more manliness out of the men of God in these end of days.
You got
It's
it.
what I want to see.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank y'all.
That was pretty well said. I appreciate that. Yeah. So again, lots of points there to go over. Nothing personal against yourself, Tyrese, or myself. He's a military man. I come from a military family, and I chose to stay away from the military and serve government because I knew God had an army, and I pretty much chose to want to push forward and serve him when that time came. And I've always believed that that time would be in our lifetime. And with everything that's going on, yeah, prayers are always needed, no matter what, from whoever is saying the prayers. You can never get enough. And there's going to be some physical action needed too, and which is why I believe I've lived the life that I have lived that's led me up to this point with all the experience and practice and training I've had. It just seems like it's a given, you know? It's like I've gone through all of this just to be ready for this point in time to help be a part and fight within God's army for, you know, so I see what
and like I said, yeah, and I agree with him too. Like if somebody would try to, you know, come to my house and my family and try to harm me, stuff like that, obviously as a man, yeah, I'm going to step up and you know, and take care of business. But even though that, you know, a lot of that is not really going on because it's not at that capacity as it is right now, but we still got to pray. I have to stick with the Bible because prayer is everything. Yes, when stuff starts to really hit the fan, yes, we're gonna be there to protect. But as long as we ain't seeing that as of right now, this is the time to be in prayer more than ever before. And so that's all I just got to pretty much just say. We just got to be careful, and at the same time, know that this is a spiritual battle way more than a physical battle. It's a spirit. It starts in the spirit. These people are influenced by demonic spirits, and if you don't slay them in the spirit, they're gonna overtake you. So, but I understand what he was saying. But yeah, if somebody would come to my house and try to rob me or mess with my film stuff like that, yeah, I have to protect. That's my protect mode. So I understand what he means. But I believe all that stuff is going to happen when it gets to the 7-year tribulations. I mean, of course, we're going to go through things. We're going to see a lot of things before the rapture. But most of that stuff, all that destruction, all that stuff, that's going to be in the 7-year tribulation. That's why God is trying to get people to wake up now and just come unto Him. But it's a choice. It's a choice.
Yeah, psychological battle. The war is coming. So again, I know some people are prepared for it. Some people have no idea. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, trying to work as fast as I can, trying to expose as much evil as I can, show people that, you know, Christians need to rise up because, yeah, Sanchez says the war is here. Christians need to rise up, you know. I know what he means. Sitting around in this time and thinking everything's going to be okay as long as we just pray while the world is being torn apart by evil is bad. And I know from my side of Christianity and what my relationship with God is that I need to pray, of course, and I need to put in the work too and wake others up. I need to continue to preach the gospel, expose all evil any way you can. So that's what I'm ready for. So I think
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're gonna be led by the Holy Spirit. We're gonna let the Holy Spirit lead us because he's the best teacher ever.
And that's all it takes is for just a couple of us to show up and go live or be online and say and make the call out to Christians, to born again Christians, whoever is strong in the faith and knows the Bible somewhat or is reading it or going through it. As long as you trust in it and trust in God and have submitted to Jesus, then the next phase will happen, because whatever's happening with the New World Order and tribulation is happening. It's inevitable. We are way past being able to stop it now. So the next phase is for Christians to rise up and become, get the blessings from God to be able to withstand this evil and be able to take it on and challenge it equally, right? So
put on the full armor of God that you may withstand in evil days. That's where we at.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you having me up on here, man. Like I said, it's been a long time. It's been a very long time.
Yeah, it's been too long, but now all Christians need to start speaking more and more on the regular now, because it's us that need to put the word out there, especially if we've been reading the Bible and have a good understanding of it. You know, there's a lot of lukewarms out there. There's a lot of atheists out there that are starting to see that maybe there is a God, maybe there is some kind of higher power. Either way, that atheism is not working for them anymore. So we have to be there ready to say, look, you can come home, submit to Jesus now, and you're good, right? There's not much time left.
Absolutely. I do believe it. I feel it.
So keep doing the good work you're doing, brother. I think you're in Illinois, correct?
Yes, sir. Still
yeah,
here.
you put out some good Christian music. So again, I shared the channel. Hopefully everyone can check it out, and you'll be back. Again, we need to get the message out to as many Christians. We cannot rely on the church. We cannot rely on the pastor and the preachers in the church.
Oh no, we got to rely on Jesus. And this time, we got to rely on Jesus.
Yeah. And you remember what happened in 2020? All the churches, all those pastors, what happened to God then? They shut down. They
shut down.
They trusted in the government rather than trusting God over some invisible nonsense virus, right? So that's how you know
when that was going down, I was still actually going and out because I got saved back in 2019, and then that's when it came 2020. See, when all the churches was shutting down, I was actually still going to church. I had so much faith in that time. I didn't let nothing stop me. You know, obviously they said wear a mask because it was a requirement to go in the stores. But once I came out, I took that mask off. There was people driving around with a mask on. I said, I know who I serve. So I know where my faith is at. I know my faith is at. And I'm telling you, that was probably the biggest year of my life. Like when I got saved back in 2019 and 2020 came and the virus was just going crazy, I was still going to church, still praising God. no matter what. I didn't let that stop me. Everybody else, they it just goes to show you the people that said they had the faith, it just exposed what they really didn't have. So
yeah, exactly. So again, for me, that was a complete wake-up call for me. I never really trusted in the church anyway, but I was like, wow, this officially proves that it's all government funding. These pastors are being told what to read and cherry pick in the Bible according to the government, just like school, like a curriculum. So the church is under a curriculum that the government wants to push. And we know the government is satanic, which is why Christians are so lukewarm and have no idea what the Bible is, because these Masonic preachers in the church are leading them astray. So this is how deep the deception has got, that the church has been infiltrated, that these pastors that they trust and think are Christians and God-loving people are the opposite. They're government-loving people, money-loving people.
and anytime I come up on here, that's why I always tell people on here, and then not only that, people up on my YouTube and Instagram, to always seek God for yourself, because I'm telling you, we have relied on so many people because they give a good message, they give a good prophecy, and then when they don't see the stuff come to pass, then they want to blame God. God, why is this? Why is that? This is the reason why you have to depend and lean upon God and know the word of God for yourself. I always tell everybody that, know the word of God for yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to matter. Because when you have a strong relationship in God, you're going to know what is real and you're going to know what's not real. It's going to be that simple. And I had to learn that. I had to get into a place like I had to shut down all this distraction and open up this book and really read the word. And as I started connecting with certain people, I start seeing different things. I'm like, that's not lining up with the word. That's not lining up with the word. I can't follow that. So people put these people, especially people on social media, they put them on a pedestal. Don't put nobody on a pedestal. Know the word of God for yourself.
Very well said, Tyrese. I think I'm going to end tonight's live. Yeah, we covered a lot. I'm not sure if you're aware of what's going on within the community regarding flat Earth and that kind of truth, and the experiment that took place in Antarctica. So yeah, the Bible and God's biblical Earth has been under attack, which is why I've been out here doing as much as I can to expose and scream fake everything to do with this experiment, which is why now a lot of people are now claiming that it's been rejected. So I'm happy to hear that a lot of people are coming out rejecting it as fraudulent, as CGI, as whatever it is. It's fake. So that's job done there, because they're trying to destroy the belief system and put people into this satanic alien belief system of space, and just pretty much remove God. They're just hiding God's creations, hiding anything to do with God, such as the firmament, which would just be the number one thing. If anyone knew existed, would know that God is real. So yeah, brother, that's what's been going on. I appreciate you dropping in and giving us some of your insights. It's always good to hear. So I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the opportunity, man. And like I said, maybe next time we come back on or whatever, like I said, try to do the best to push Jesus. That's what I'm all about, pushing Jesus as much as possible, and people having a true relationship with Christ. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to matter.
Yeah, God bless, brother. I'm gonna let you go now, and I'll see you again soon. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All
God
right,
bless
have
you,
a
man.
good night, bro. Ciao. Oh boy, so everything is coming together. We're in talks with all the Christians again. Everyone knows something's going on, whether they're part of the truth community or not. You can see the whole collective is coming from every different angle. So it's our job now as Crusaders of the Resistance to make sure Christians are rising up and waking up and aware of the times we're in, aware of the deceivers such as David Weiss, massive synagogue of Satan deceiver. So hopefully we were able to just add some more fuel to the fire and help burn up these shills and get them out of our truth community, out of our biblical Earth community. They're done. #done. We don't want them around no more. They're absolutely finished. So I'm going to make sure I stay on it, call every single one of them out. I don't care. And they can all jump in and talk. I'll be respectful. They'll, just talk. People will see for themselves which side they're on just through the communication, right? So again, happy Friday. It's the weekend's here, so enjoy the weekend, everyone. Send me everything on anyone and everyone so I can go through it, and I will be bringing it all up, right? So they're still waiting on Eric Dubai to reach out, still waiting on Tyler Hansen. The longer it takes, the more shady stuff you do, the more it looks bad on you, right? Time's running out. So Brother Sanchez is going live. I'm going to be ending this one, and I'll come sign into yours, take my dogs out, and I'll be watching, brother. So appreciate you again coming in. It's amazing to hear some of your insights. Everyone's here watching and listening. So keep up the good work, especially exposing these shills like Jaren and David. These guys are at the top right now. We need them gone. And then we'll get the rest out bit by bit as we go. But we need to get these top shills out right away immediately. You're welcome, Jake Sells. Appreciate all the super chats tonight. I'm not sure if I shared all of them. I was talking away. So I know Miss Kyra Gerber was very generous and sent at least 3 separate super chats. So God bless you. You're my you're the best, honestly. You truly are the best. True Christian, Eric is an antichrist who tries to drive people away from Jesus and the Bible. Yeah, so it's going to be, again, I hope I'm helping with all these immediate call outs. We've had some people respond. We've had Witsit respond. Dave has been out there trying to respond here and there. Jaren just responded tonight on his episode 1 live. So, well, you can always watch back and check that out and see exactly what he was going on about. But they got nothing. They got nothing. What did he have to say? He couldn't debunk the shadows or the studio. He's like, oh, you guys are experts now? That's it. These guys are the least honest people on earth right now. These guys are the #1 deceivers, trying to pass off this crap 24-hour sun nonsense. The more stuff I've seen today, the easier it is to get. So get ready. We're going to finish them off before this month is done. So God bless everyone. I look forward to seeing you all soon, reading all your messages and comments, and I'm taking off, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow or Sunday. See you all soon.